Baffling to me. Like, if you're recovering.
What the fuck in the practice?
I thought it said, Yes, people, and welcome back to another stream on the Ridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. I'm your host of the most origination here today to give you the latest Chelsea transfer news. Yeah, man, I hope you do well. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. Make sure as you're coming in to like, share, subscribe. Make sure to tell a friend. Helps me out and helps the channel out at the end of the day. It's a massive boost for us. Always helps me out and everything like that. So we really appreciate if you give me those likes and subscribes, please. As always, yeah, man, it's been an interesting day, man. It's been an interesting day to say the least. I'm gonna be solo for like 2 minutes, but just to everyone in the back as well, because I don't even know. It's interesting because I'm a man of many words personally. I'm a man of many words. I like to talk. Very natural for me to talk, be able to talk, and put into words how I feel. Usually, it's very succinct, very relaxing. But like I feel like every time, like I feel like there's like some level of positivity, and I'm just all I'm waiting for. Whoosh, you know what I mean? Nice little hook. That's all I'm waiting for. The hook's always coming. You know what I mean? It's like, It's like, when you're facing like, use the example I could use, yeah. It's like, when you're facing like Prime Messi. Yeah, you could be up 1-2-0, but the Messi assist or the Messi goal's coming. You know what I mean? It's like the Golden State Warriors in the third quarter. I know they're coming in the third quarter, bro. I know what I'm about to receive in the third quarter, bro. I'm about to receive a disgusting, amount of threes getting hit me, no cap. So that's just what it is for me. And we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff today. I'm gonna just be very honest about it. And I'm here to stand. I'm here to take a stand. I'm listen. This is here right now. Obviously, to take a stand, to have a chat about what I've seen today. Yeah, man. There's not that much to say really. We bottled a 20 million goalkeeping deal. I don't know how else to put it. That's what happened. We bottled a 20 million goalkeeping deal, bro. Yeah, but then we decided to try to go over the odds and pay in the last 10 to 15 minutes for buying Gittens for around about 55 million euros. And me, Borussia Dortmund, they are. I just, I don't even know what to say. The only good thing I can say is it only happened in the first 10 days of the window. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I can genuinely say about this. But listen, man, that is the way the cookie crumbles in life. But the one thing I hate personally, yeah, and the one thing I always talk about, yeah, is that please and please, please, I don't want to hear briefs in it, you know what I mean? This idea you have here 4 goalkeepers, this ahead we happen to Sanchez. Sanchez had a good friend. We love you, Sanchez. We love you, George Petrovic. But then 10 minutes ago, I'm reading his future's in doubt now. He's looking like he's going to be sold. He's not a part of the Club World Cup squad. So we know the answer to that question, don't we? I've had arguments that, we don't need Maignan. We can get him for free next year. But guess what? You still have Osama Ibn Sanchez. You still have Tweedledum in Jorgensen. I genuinely thought for once, yeah, having UCL football would have actually, counteracted us being lousy negotiators. I genuinely thought it was going to happen, and it didn't even happen at all, boys. And I think to top it off all of it, the nice little cherry on top of that nice little, swell cream is that I look at I look at all of this, and it's just what's gonna happen, yeah, when we go through this process and I'm hearing the same arguments again and again and again. I don't really know what to say to that, man. But listen, of course it's very embarrassing, and there's not much to be said. But listen, let's bring on my fellow co-host. I know Scott is feeling right now to tell me that I told you so. But we'll give him.
Like I'm gonna be so real. Like I got a lot out of my system on the half an hour whatever was on Lewis's stream. Like I'm just going scrolling through Twitter, depressed as fuck now. Like genuinely, like the whole.
Wait a minute. Wait, time out. I'm so sorry, Scott. I'm so sorry, Scott.
Today's proper killed my mood with this club.
Wait, Scott, time out. What the? What? And can we go to Club World Cup?
I don't care, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real. I just don't care.
No, I literally came back home right now because like I was out having a dinner because my auntie just came from another country. But like that's what? Nah, this is. I didn't read the news after like Gittens, so I can't believe I just read that. But listen, how are you feeling, my boy Jerry?
I've just lost a lot of faith in everything in this. I lost a lot of faith in where this football team's going.
So that's I literally, sorry to interrupt you, I'm the exact same. That's the feeling I have now scrolling through Twitter is I've like just listening to you talk, Ahmed, earlier. Like I've lost faith, bro.
Gonna have to go. Like I literally have zero faith that there's gonna ever be progression with this football team. That's why I'm at.
This might be me like thinking worst case scenario. There's a genuine thought in the back of my mind that I don't see another trophy for 10 plus years, like top trophy.
Yeah, no, it's very feasible at this point. Very feasible thought with the way that we're moving. Very feasible.
How are you feeling, Lucas, mate? Initial thoughts, mate. Talk to me.
I think I'm pretty much like everyone else. I'm not too surprised. I've been kind of hinting this all week, and you're like, Lucas, they cannot screw up a $25 million deal. It's not gonna happen. I'm like, bro, they have a precedent of screwing up deals. Listen, they screwed up Ugarte. People forget about Ugarte, but they screwed that deal up as well. I'm not saying I rate Ugarte, right? But again, they screwed that deal. They screwed Olise twice. Victor Osimhen. They screwed so many other deals, bro, that I can't trust these guys to do anything personally. So I'm not surprised at all. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. Wow. I'm gonna catch up on some of the news.
I was actually more surprised.
Someone tweeted this, by the way. Let me see if I can find the tweet. I think it might have. I can't remember who it was. Someone tweeted something I saw. He said this club and these sporting directors and owners garnered so much goodwill from this fan base with the way the season ended.
Yep.
Like
And
in
they just
terms of
ruined all
the
of
rest
it
of
in
top four
one
Conference League, they've killed it in a week
No, in a day.
or in a day. Yeah, they've killed it within
Just
a
today,
day.
all it took was today. They fucked it all the entire. They fucked around all week, and like, bro, I think it wouldn't have even gone all over as badly as it did if they didn't brief us as much as they fucking did.
Mm-hmm. There are people, bro.
They
There are.
insulted my intelligence the entire fucking day, bro.
I'm seeing an almost the fact they managed to do this is almost admirable. There is an almost, outside of the few morons that still want to defend them, there is an almost unanimous, like, not hatred but disapproval of what's gone on today. I see people, myself included at this point, partly as a joke, but partly because fuck it can't be worse than Sanchez. There are people saying play Penders as number one next season. Fuck it, why not?
Actually, bro, the problem
Why not?
Bro, I can't believe people are generally falling for briefs that Penders is Premier League ready.
I know he's not, bro. He's not, but bro, I can't watch Sanchez again. I can't watch it again.
Bro, but the
No,
I just
so you know
cannot-
what they told us, Scott? You know what they told us? They said, "Hey, Sanchez saved us 9 points last year." That's what they told us. So they believe that he'll be fine for this year. But what about all the points he lost us?
Yeah.
What about all those points?
Joe, you know what's funny? Like Fab literally, like they actually, I'm sure these guys, they read like a lot of like the stuff that Fab posts on Instagram and stuff like that. And he literally posted like they're looking for a new goalkeeper because he does not trust Sanchez. So these goalkeepers now know they're not trusted, even though they have all the briefs saying that, oh, you know, that's not really true. You know, they know, right? Because Fab is tier 1, so they're gonna listen to Fab. So right now you have Sanchez and Jorgensen, who don't have the confidence of the manager. He does not rate Petrovic. So Penders might have to be it, bro. I'm not even surprised. If this guy starts week 1, I would not be surprised. Because we don't know what Penders will be like, right? We cannot have a prediction of how good he is right now at this level, but we've never seen him at this level yet. We already know that Jorgensen and Sanchez are not good enough. We already know this, right? And Petrovic is going to be sold, whether people like it or not. So, in my opinion, it's going to be Penders. Like,
by the way,
Penders.
I just want to sorry to interrupt again. I just want to point out if this happens. By the way, if we sign James Trafford, I'm genuinely not watching next season. Like, I'll just go and do something else.
That guy's terrible, man.
If we get James Trafford, I'm done. I'm straight up. If you're telling me we get James Trafford and maybe, I don't think we will. Garnacho would send me as well, but at least with Garnacho, I think at least we're getting Gittens. If we sign Trafford, I'm genuinely done. I'm done. I'll go and watch something else. I'll do something else on the weekend.
I don't want to be this like. I don't like. Here's the thing. It's like, I also believe that there is like something to what Ziad said earlier, Scott, where like Milan are gonna have to sell him. Like it's not like you letting like Milan can't afford to not get money from Theo Hernandez and Maignan with them being on the last years of their deal. And Atletico Madrid it did the same thing pretty much with Theo Hernandez. So like I don't think it's like totally out of the question that we would bid for him again, but it's just the saga itself for me, bro. It's
Did you see the Napoli news,
now
right?
we briefed ourselves to fucking oblivion. It's like like we only signed one, realistically only went and signed one player before the Club World Cup when we were told before the window. It's the way, the manner of it being done, Scott. Because realistically, it's not even necessarily like we're 10 days in the window. It's not like we're at the end of the fucking in September, about to be September, right? It's just the way that it's being approached. Why do I have to hear fucking about we're happy with the goalkeepers we have after you didn't want to pay fucking $8 million? Just say we didn't. Just don't say anything. Let the Italian journalists say what they had to say about us not paying what we were supposed to say and move the fuck on. I've never seen a club move the way that we move, bro. Everything's a saga. Everything. 9 reporters are fucking telling everything a different story and a different time. And all, bro, we move in such a, like, yes, is interesting to watch, right? Like, but like, it's so unprofessional. It's just an unprofessional way of moving.
Joey,
fucking 40 minutes, we are getting a tweet from Fabrizio Romano or some other fucking source. You look like fucking clowns. And then you don't get the thing done in the end. And then you brief us on why you didn't get it done from a brief that no one believes, by the way. And you do it over and over and over again. No one believes you.
Joey, just we go up. I'll say do you know what I find funny? I've never seen, outside of maybe the United under the Glazers, I've never seen an ownership group who cares so much about money and making money be so wanton at pissing away opportunities to make money. Like, this Club World Cup, you could make a lot of money the further you go, and if you win it. And I'm not saying we beat PSG, but guess what? Having Maignan, Gittens, and Ekitike in the team is a better, like, makes it more likely for us to beat them than not having them.
120. I heard 120 is the prize. Like, overall.
Yeah, so like, why are you? This is an opportunity for you to make money. This is an opportunity for you to make a lot of money having done nothing.
Scott,
you didn't earn this opportunity.
Over again, all over again.
They didn't even get it. They didn't even earn this opportunity. This was an opportunity they walked into.
Joe, you talked about this exact same situation last season, bro.
Bro, they walked into this situation and they're pissing it away.
Bro, how many times do I gotta come on stream and sit here and say these guys do not plan correctly?
They don't, bro. They don't.
Bro, I've been saying it for fucking over a year on anybody's channel who will listen to me. These guys do not plan. I had to make my own channel so people will listen to me. They do not plan correctly. They do not plan correctly. Every year we're short in one position or another. There's no deadlines for nothing. You're telling me our preseason starts tomorrow or whatever the fuck it is, and you're telling me we're short wingers? This is our audition this is our dress rehearsal for the fucking Champions League.
Yep.
And you're walking in with Sanchez? Bro, like, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Now, here's the funny part, right, Ahmed? They'll sit here. We'll sit here. Now we have a whole nother week of them fucking around. If they don't get shit done for another week, we'll be playing Bayern and we'll get fucking embarrassed. That's what will happen.
Yeah, I know. That's what was.
That's what was.
And by the way, that is almost verbatim what was happening to us when we were in preseason last year. But the excuse was at least then that you had a new manager that was coming in implementing his style, and then they decided to start, getting serious in the market and start bringing in players. Then, so listen, we know the story. We know the way things go. I've said this before, man. Put the players that you expect to come into the prize, bro.
Deals. At least bring me a kid to play wing. At least bring me someone. I got laughed at yesterday for saying bring me Bakwa. Left
was
that.
before.
Now we're gonna spend 60 on fucking Gittens. He's not.
You know
Bakwa's
how
not 40
crazy that
million,
sounds.
40 million euros worse than Gittens. I promise you.
The thing for me, is that listen, one of the things that is this is so much of a nasty work for me is that how are you able to say, if I put financials aside, that buying of Gittens is worth the amount of money that you've just literally bidded for him, towards the end of that transfer window, but you can't say that for a goalkeeper in Maignan. That for me, genuinely, is actually unforgivable, bro. It's genuinely unforgivable.
Do you know what it is, Ahmed? Again, it comes down to like stats and data. Because if you look at it, of course, it makes more sense that you have to bid more money for a guy on more who's got more years left, who's got a longer career, and all this stupid shit that you can only look at on a graph.
Yeah, but the difference in valuation is my problem, Scott. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about the difference in valuation between the two players are exactly the same, and you were willing to give the difference in valuation to and some to Dortmund, but you weren't willing to just give Milan the difference in valuation that we had.
That's the only reason. There's no resale.
That's what but that's the thing, bro. That's the point I'm trying to make, though. Like, if I just remove financials from the equation, bro, there is no argument that you can make data-wise, all this other stuff-wise, to not tell you that comparing him to the other four keepers you've got, even Petrovic, who I like, that this guy's not upgrade on. You've lost a bunch of points and everything like that because this keeper has been a liability to you the last 2 seasons, Sanchez. And the fact you are just not willing to stamp up 4 M's more, just to make the deal 20 million. They're not even doing, you know what's crazy? They probably could have made the thing.
Yeah, well, guess what? I know it's Demar's deal, but Allegri and their sporting director are convinced Maignan can have a great season with AC Milan despite the contract expiring in 2026. Maignan is no longer for sale unless a big offer arrives. So, we're fucked.
And I just want to put this out there, He's 12.6 million, right? That's what we were probably just bidding the whole time, right? If we had just gone up by just 2.5 to just 15 million plus 5 million, or like I don't know.
Oh, you can.
That is
by the way, sorry to interrupt, Ahmed. The reason as well why I think everyone goes, oh, they need to sell him. I don't think they do, for a couple of reasons. Number one is I don't think they probably need money, but they've got other assets elsewhere. They just sold Reinders. They'll probably sell Hernandez. I think he's the one that's more likely to go.
They're selling Musa to Napoli, bro.
Oh, yeah, they're selling Musa to Napoli. I should look at something as well, by the way. Yeah. For finishing, because if Maingan's in their squad, I think he's better than what they could get, I think. And he probably gives them a better chance of finishing higher in the table. Let's just say they finish 3rd next season. Yeah. If they finish 3rd, they get 23 million euros in prize money. They get basically slightly less than what they would have got if they sold Maignan. Mm-hmm. So it actually doesn't matter to them, because if they have a good season, now of course they could have a shit season, any team could, but if they have a good season and with Allegri and with the right additions, if their owners and their new sporting director can turn things around, they had a good season. They literally make the money they would have made from us from selling him. And then he just walks on a free. Yes, you lose that money, but you've basically recouped it in prize money from doing well in the league. And that's a good point, Ike. Like, who's to say in a couple months, if things are going well and Allegri manages to speak to him, he doesn't sign a new contract like we did with Kepa. Let's say he signs like a 1 or 2 year contract with a release clause or something, or with the ability to move elsewhere.
I hear you on this.
You never know. Like, I don't think he will sign a new deal, but I'm saying there's possibilities.
Yeah.
Also, even if he doesn't sign a new deal, there's the possibility of other teams coming in from when he's on a free. Like,
exactly, we can negotiate with them in January for like a free transfer.
Can I also make this point as well? This is the point.
All the other teams can as well. So
I made this point. I need to remember my point I wanted to make, but before that, this is the reason why. These guys, they don't know. They don't even know how to do media talk properly, bro. Like, how can you go on 7 p.m. on the Athletic and say we're happy with our 4 keepers, and then at 9:30 p.m. he admitted that the keeper.
No, but Ahmed, is why I said this is where I perked up a little bit. I will do that. I told you so from the other day. Of like, this is just all they care about all these owners, and this comes from the owners, and the sporting directors have their faults, but this comes from Egg Barley and the owners. All these fucking owners care about is PR and how things look.
Yep.
That's all they care about is PR. So that's all this is. It's
saying they're doing a bad job, Scott. They're doing
no,
a bad job.
but to them they're not, Ahmed. To them they're not, because even though to you and I and anyone with literally 2 brain cells to rub together, bro, like you don't even have to be smart. You have to have 2 brain cells to rub together. You can work out that they're full of shit, bro. Like you just need like half a brain to work out they're full of shit. But to the average moron, bro, they're it makes all complete sense. Like you can completely understand the thinking of what they're trying to do. All they're trying to do is just PR. It's constant PR. We have to make ourselves look good. We have to make the situation look good for us. We have to make ourselves look good. Even though it's incoherent and none of it makes sense and it all contradicts each other, we just have to look good. Whatever it goes out, it has to make us look good.
Hear you, man.
Dude, the point I was actually gonna make, is that this is the point I want to make, and it was about this idea about Chelsea being negotiators. You know what I mean? The club needs to negotiate. They need a firm stance. Yeah, that's all well and good when you were doing this, but this needed to be done earlier. The moment that you are in the season, which again, you're in a critical season in terms of you need to add a bit more, 3, 4, 5 more pieces that are going to take you to the next level. That are going to be some of them are going to be quite expensive signings. That ability now to be able to stop them and being able to say,
bro, Ahmed, do you know how long they've been negotiating the Florian Wirtz deal? Over a month, bro.
Yes,
we should have been doing this a long time ago.
That's what I'm saying.
I get it. More expensive.
No, we have. No, Lucas, we have. I think Joey. I think you mentioned this earlier. The Gittens thing. We've been fucking interested for 6 months.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny?
How have you fucked up a deal on a guy you've been interested in? Brother,
Scott, let me add a little bit of spice to this. The club was saying we've been negotiating deals in the background. You know what I mean? But by the time we get to June, so by the time we get to June, it's back on. You know what I mean?
Like I told you guys yesterday, though, there's only one agent in world football for us that could keep a deal secret, and that's Mendes.
Yeah.
Everybody else is agents are gonna talk to fucking, especially when it comes to Chelsea. As soon as an agent has a piece of information from Chelsea, he's going right to fucking Fabrizio or one of these fucking.
You hear what Alex Goldberg said? I think you posted it, right? He said that they're not well respected within Europe. The ESDs. They're not well respected. But that's actually confirmation from again. I don't know if Alex Goldberg is just an insider or whatever.
I think he has sources inside the club. I don't know how reputable they are.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not well respected. Marina, she would go into a boardroom and I had my disagreements with Marina and stuff, but she was a motherfucker. She could negotiate.
At least with Marina, you could go, okay, we might fuck up on this transfer, but you got the Morata deal. Okay, you made money back on there. You've got this deal. You've got that deal. You know how to do these deals. You're probably going to fuck up a few times, and she did fuck up quite a few times. But at least there's a track record to go off. There's no track record with these guys. There's nothing. There's no evidence outside of Cassidy. I think I brought this up on the Lewis stream earlier. Outside of Cassidy, I don't think there's a single other example, I should say, of them signing a young player that they've managed to recoup what they spent on him. Because so far we haven't sold anyone. Datro Fofana's probably about to go on his 5th loan since we signed him. They have shown a complete inability. They haven't shown the Washington probably. I don't know if that's an option or an obligation, but that might be the second.
They're not going to pick that up.
They haven't shown. I don't think they've shown an ability so far to make money back on the players, the expensive players, or the bigger name players that they bought.
Yeah,
they haven't shown a plan. Like Joey said, and Mia pointed out, they have no idea of how to actually build a squad properly and plan in the future. Also, I've got a question, genuine question, because I'm trying to think about this. Who was the last player we signed that the sporting directors alone successfully negotiated for?
Alone, okay. We're not counting the lap, right? Because that's Shield.
No, that was okay. Let me preface this. There wasn't a release clause, number one, and didn't require someone's help.
All right, so mine is Joe Shields, right?
Is Saucy probably?
I thought maybe KDH was the one I was thinking. Or
maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Was Felix was Mendes involved in Felix or
Mendes?
Yeah, that was a
KDH. Great. And then before that,
a little bit of breaking news about about Kenji Pius. Obviously, as you guys know,
I don't
Kenji
know,
Pius.
bro.
I know, listen, but I just have to put it out there a little quickly. Kenji Pius was actually expected to actually obviously go to the Club World Cup. According to Ben Jacobs, the club have decided against that, and he was only informed
Oh, have you
actually.
only just seen that news?
Yeah, that's what I know. See, I'm just
Yeah,
listening. I'm really behind, bro. I told you, I only came back home 20 minutes ago. I've not looked at my phone in a long while, bro.
Bro, I need to.
This is
I
why.
would
This is why I'm
this
not.
is,
I'm
probably
ready for
lose
stuff
my-
like that from 20 minutes
I'd
ago.
probably lose my head, but I would love to sit in a room with these guys and understand their thought process of like why they've done all these things together.
bro.
Like-
They don't like, bro. At this point, son, they don't even deserve to give us an explanation. They just deserve.
No, but Joey, it's not a case, bro. I don't care what they say. They could tell me that they could tell me that they smoke. Joey. They could tell me they did a line of coke before they made every decision. I wouldn't care. Like that. I don't care what the reason is. I just need to hear it from their mouths to like hear them try and defend this. Of like, so you're telling me that you let Esteval stay with Palmeiras? Cool, I was okay with that. You then didn't sign a winger, right? And then the winger you could have used, who wasn't like he was never going to be first choice. He probably was going to go out on loan. You just decided not even a winger, but can play on the wing. At least he can play there. You decided not to take. Okay, so we're literally down a winger. Fantastic. Down 2 for the first game because Noni won't play, or at least won't start. You decided not to take the best goalkeeper that we have at the club, who was arguably the best goalkeeper in Liga in last season. But you've taken a guy who played 11 games, I think it was in the Belgian league last season, and not sign a potential world-class keeper for 20 million. Okay. You've also decided to then take the 5th choice midfielder and centre back, who are probably going to get all of like 10 minutes between them.
Yeah.
Oh, you've taken a Nkunku, like
how many center backs are there, bro?
Yeah, you've taken a Nkunku as
well.
well.
We're gonna have Body of Shield. We're gonna have Sar.
Tosin, Chalaba.
Tosin, Chalaba. That's 5. You're gonna have Josh. You're gonna have Josh, and you're gonna have Ish. Like we might as well play back 5 of the whole entire cup.
Yeah.
2 up top, back 5.
I thought we were gonna take this cup seriously, man, because of the prize money.
That's what I thought.
That's what they've been saying. Another PR in the listen.
Bro, they told us they were planning before this Club World Cup. They said this months before the season started.
That's what they've been saying, man. This is why
the only thing we ended up with was Delap.
That's it.
That's all we ended up with.
Think about it, right? This is
but
this is a tournament where we can see what our level is, right? In comparison to like a PSG, a Bayern, an Inter, and we fucked it.
I'm not even looking forward to that.
Bro, it's our only chance of a preseason.
Yeah.
And we didn't bring nobody in.
I mean,
I hope we get bounced early. That's what I hope. Fuck the bullshit. I hope we get bounced early.
I was gonna say that like I'm in 2 minds because there's a part of me that just like
wow.
What are we
breaking news? This is actual breaking news about Georgia Petrovic. Just came out right now from literally right now. Chelsea leaving. Let me make it bigger for you guys so you can read a bit more. 150. Let's go at this for you. Chelsea leaving Georgia Petrovic out of the Club World Cup squad is an attempt at forcing a sale. They hope that the player goes to the club and asks to leave, feeling he won't be the number 1. Chelsea can then facilitate a simple sale as he has multiple clubs interested. The club convinced Petrovic that he would get a chance this season should he go to Strasbourg and improve his ball playing for Moraski's system, which he did. Another fact is that Petrovic also got given an automatic pay rise upon returning, as previously reported by journalists.
So he did what they asked, and they're still selling him. Is that what I'm reading?
Do you know what makes that funny, by the way? If that's true, can I ask why you didn't do that with Nkunku? What the fuck was the point of taking Nkunku?
Because we don't have attackers. Literally, it's the only reason I can give you, Scott. Wow. Literally, we do not have attackers.
Yeah, you're probably right, but like, just don't make fucking sense.
That's it. Because we don't. We have plenty of options at goalkeeper. We just don't have attackers. Yeah. So that's what it is. I don't really know how else to put it, bro. sad that we're in this spot.
I think fans would be a lot more relaxed if they said, "Listen, we're going to keep negotiating with Maignan for the next couple weeks, even after the Club World Cup." Try to get a deal. I think fans would be like, wouldn't like it, but it'd be like, I think would be sufficient to like calm down the fan base a little bit. But after they said, "Listen, we're going to give it a couple days,"
Lucas, just get this Club World Cup bullshit out of your head.
Yeah.
Get out of the group stages and send these boys the fuck home after the first round. Get their asses knocked the fuck out in the first round. That's what they deserve. That's what this club deserves. The way that we move.
The only thing the only thing that's stopping me is how much do we get if we get to the next round?
Beyond that, I think it's probably like 10 or 15 million each round.
I'll be real. If it's 10 mil, I don't really care. Like if it's 15 more, then I'm maybe coming around.
What's the point of us making money if these are the type of players that we're going to recruit?
You know what? Yeah,
bro,
you know what?
Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit, bro?
Yeah, no
I'm saying.
Who gives a shit about these games if they don't want to fucking get players that are going to help us make money for these games?
This is what I'm saying. What was the
They're not going to spend that money. They're not. What are they spending the money on, anyways?
Exactly. What was the point?
What are they spending the money on, anyways?
Lucas, you're spitting facts. Yeah, fuck it. Just group us, man.
You know how crazy that? Do you know how crazy it is? Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Do you know how crazy it is that what's it called? Yeah, how we are willing. We're almost closing to pay 60 M's. Yeah, on because it's 55, 60 M's. But if you just paid an extra 20 M's more, you know what I mean? You're unlocking yourself a much potentially better left winger.
Bro, if we go for Rodrigo, they're gonna want 100 million. We're gonna end up paying like 95. That's what it is, bro. These guys can't negotiate. They can't negotiate.
I don't think Rodrigo leaves. So
no, but what I'm saying, like, if we go for a caliber of player like
it
that,
doesn't even need to be him, bro. It doesn't even need to be. I know you guys may not rate Barcola, for example, right? Barcola's probably 70 million. He's a much further ahead than a Bino Gittens. He probably would cost you 70 M's to get. Why not just add a 50 million more to that? Even if I don't rate Liao, for example, 50 million more is going to cost you, generally speaking, because that's what they want minimum, 70 million euros. Why not go for him either?
No, but obviously, you're speaking about players who are going to want wages, bro. We're not willing to give those.
I'll be real. I would go the other way of like, if you're going to spend 60 mil on Gittens, like what Joey said earlier, why not just go and get two wingers who are going to cost you 30 each, who you can then do your favorite thing to do, which is flip them in a year, one of them in a year when Quenda comes in.
Yep.
Just do that instead.
The way that I said it, just get Bakwa and get me Kudus. That's how I said it. Because fucking
or like
cost me absolutely.
I'll say go and get like Bakwa and Kudus.
Yeah, like
or go and get like Bakwa and
nothing. He's gonna cost me nothing because he's at Strasbourg. And if anybody's watched this kid this year, you know how good this fucking.
He's a good player. I've actually seen a couple
like
games.
you know.
I was gonna say you.
I'll
say go and get.
So you get Bakwa, right? Who's originally a left winger, by the way, a touchline left winger. That's what his original position was. He was just playing inverted winger for Rossignol and was cooking. Okay, and then you get Kudus, and then you have enough winger options. And it would cost you a goddamn thing for Bakwa. It costs you 20 million, and if he doesn't hit, you sell him off for 20, 30 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's simple. In my opinion, it's that simple. It's like I don't see how you're fucking this up so badly. I just don't.
By the way, Vic, this is why I always said when you start hearing release courses, stuff like that, the players' time is always up. That's why I always said last year when me and Joey were doing the transfer sheaves, I told Joey at the time, when I heard he's got a 40 million release course, I was like, yeah, that came from the club straight away. I know they want to sell him. They want him out. That's what they did, bro. They didn't say, get him out of here, bro.
Ahmed, put up the Kendrick Paez news.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring that up.
You see that shit?
That's what I was talking about. That was what I was talking about. Yeah, I know. That's why I was telling Scott that Scott told me that it was old news. So I didn't say anything. That's why.
Oh my god.
Oh, this I didn't know. This one I didn't.
Sorry, I thought that's what you read, Scott. That's why I was confused.
No, because Ahmed, there's another one of like him being there was another one that was like he's not included in the plans to go out to Strasbourg. I thought that's the one you were talking about, bro. So hang on. So this is what you've done. So hang on, what you've done here, owners and sporting directors, is told two young players, young for their position, but young players, you've lied to them basically. You've told them they're going to be going to the Club World Cup.
Pretty much. What Win Stanley did to fucking Gyökeres at Brighton, he's doing to these two players. Lying to that making promises and not being able to back up those promises.
That's not
What it comes down to.
Bro, do you know what you're doing as well, by the way? Like, I don't know how much of an effect this will have, because obviously there's that pool of like, but there are going to be players that see the way you're treating these players and go, no, fuck going to that club. Because I'll be real, like, if I'm a certain player and I'm looking at that Chelsea team going, not that I can't break into it, but going, look at how they treated Pires, and he was maybe good enough for that team, or Petrovic is good enough for that team. Why am I going to go there, go on loan to Strasbourg for a fucking season, maybe, or be told something that I'm not going to get? I'm going to just go to...
Strasbourg now seems like a death sentence for some of these guys.
Yeah, I'm going to just go to this team that wants me instead, that might be not quite as big, but I know that if I perform there, I'm getting that big move anyway.
I said this before, man. Strasbourg now just seems like, you're a money raiser. You go there, you look good, you look like a nice little shiny toy, and then we sell you, basically. You know what I mean? That's like the window shopping thing. You know what I mean? This is the place you go into, window shop, and see everything you want to do to make well.
Vic, I'll be honest, the Santos thing is the only tiny silver lining in the Strasbourg thing of, if he ends up getting sold, which I don't think he will. I'll preface that first. If he gets sold, the Strasbourg thing is dead on arrival. It's completely dead. This multi-club thing is dead. It's completely dead.
But again, would you be surprised, right? We just looked at Petrovic. He did exactly what they told him to do, and they're like, you know what?
No, of course I would. Lucas, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like, if a bid of 80 million came in for him, I would not be surprised. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, he is the one where we've heard a lot about. We've heard enough about where it puts that doubt in the back of my mind of, like, he probably does stay. And the fact he's included in the Club World Cup, he probably does stay. But he's the only silver lining to Strasbourg as a concept right now, in terms of, for us, fuck the multi-club thing, in terms of what it does for Chelsea Football Club. Currently, Strasbourg is literally outside of Santos, a waste of time. It's useless.
Does anyone have the full list for the Club World Cup squad by any chance?
It's not been. I had a look on Wikipedia. It's not been released. I think it's gonna be released like either tonight or tomorrow, because there's a bunch. There's hardly any teams that have actually announced their squads.
Because I don't know how they got the Nkunku thing. Like, how do you get the Nkunku thing? Like that was kind of crazy. Like, so I can't lie, man. The journalist who reported that one did some nasty work there, bro. He was doing some devious work. He knew that people would react about that one. I'll be honest. Who's that? Malang Sarr? Or do you mean the other guy who's that guy? Who's that guy that we got? Sarr.
Mamadou Sarr.
Sorry, see, I thought about Malang Sarr before him.
Yeah, this is
actually nasty work, bro. Yeah, but listen, I saw him getting announced like as if that was gonna change anything. Him and Sugu, big up to them. But listen, I'm gonna be so honest, man. Sugu, man. Listen,
he's not gonna be.
He's not making.
Yeah, neither of them moved. They're not gonna be here in like 2 years' time.
We're not making out the hood, man. That's what I'm saying, man. I did.
That's why I don't get attached to any of these players, man. They can get moved at any minute. I see people like, oh, this is such a good player. I'm like, nah.
That is true, EPL Tough. EPL Tough makes a good point. Agent plays big role. Nkunku's agent is super agent Pini. You can't do that with Nkunku.
Great.
Good point.
You could if you had a backbone or a spine.
We need Saudi.
But remember, super agent, man. Remember, Chelsea and super agents, man.
I want to get rid of these guys.
Oh, this is just pathetic, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But again, what's the point of us selling and then we're gonna just recruit like shit anyways?
Yeah. Or it just sucks, man. Like, I'll be real. The thing that probably hurts.
Bro. I hope we get grouped, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same vibe. One of the things that hurts the most, bro, is just seeing other teams deal with the same clubs we're dealing with, and just seeing like, just so much better. Like, yeah, bro. Like Man City literally went to Milan and spent like a week there and came back with a player. We went there for a few days and came back with nothing. For a player that was less expensive and supposedly easier to sign.
Right. Yeah, older. Yeah, 1 year left as well. Sucks, man. That's the thing.
And that, bro. Do you know what the thing is, bro? The more I think about it, that Man City thing, that wasn't even like Cheeky or Pep. That was the fucking dude from Sporting who's just come in as sporting director.
Correct.
We just saw Michael Edwards negotiate a £127 million deal, bro. These guys can't even negotiate basic deals. It's disgusting, man.
It's just nasty work, man. We're going to be stuck with Sanchez again because we can't move him on. Remember, that's one thing. The biggest worry I always had with Sanchez was you're never gonna be able to find a club for him, bro. It's gonna be too hard for you to move money unless you are truly willing to accept the loss, and that's now cost you a competent goalkeeper, bro. Even though you weren't able to get Maignan. And generally for me, this obsession of we have to break even, or we have to do something monetarily before we let guys go, it's hurting our team too. Because you're not if we, for example, Disasi is probably gonna leave the football club, guys. Are we gonna make a profit on Disasi? Are we gonna break even on Disasi? Honest question.
Probably not.
We'll probably break even on book value, and they'll count that as a win, and all the fucking sporting
that's fair, right? That's fair.
They're gonna treat it like that.
So we're probably talking like 27 mil,
something like that, and then people will treat it as a win because we made profit or we broke even on book value or some shit.
And that's another thing, Scott. Like we're recycling players like every 2 seasons, which I don't mind, but it's like the volume of players we're recycling, right?
Bro,
15 in, 15 out, 15 in, 15 out. There's no stability in the squad as well. Like these guys are not actually growing together. Like there's a certain group, right? Like 10 or so, but there's like a constant.
We're swapping like a start 11 every time. Lucas? It's like we swap a start 11 almost every thingy. But even though it's not exactly obviously the vast majority of them are not from the first team. If that makes sense. But we'll swap a good bunch of them. Again, there's so many guys that we need to sell. My hope was that this summer at the very least, a lot of these guys are gonna want to leave, right? Yeah. But then the question becomes, what value are we gonna be accepting for some of these guys? Because Bradley Shield, I think how much did we buy Bradley Shield for? Was it like 30 or 40 million?
30 mil, 30 something.
I think he'll probably be one of the easiest guys to move. Disasi will be one of the easiest guys to move, right? But then you've got a guy like a Jorgensen. You're not gonna be able to make your money back on Jorgensen, bro. Let's keep it real, boys.
Even though you buy for that much.
Yeah,
even if you didn't buy for that much, the price you're probably gonna get for him is probably 15 million now.
I don't think so. I don't know. You didn't buy him for that much for you to be saying.
Yeah, Jorgensen I think will be fine, but I'll be real. I just don't really care about the outgoings that much because
that's what I'm saying. These guys are fine outgoing wise. It's not our issue. I don't. This is this outgoing. People are complaining about, and we don't have an issue with outgoings, bro. And the thing is, the deals that we need done that are necessary for this football club to progress, and the answer is fucking no. Every time.
I'll worry about the outgoing thing
every time. The outgoings is not a problem, but can we bring in the players that are going to make this football club progress from where they are right now? The answer is no. Period.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, the outgoing thing, I'll wait until if we're struggling to get outgoings out at the end of the window, that's when we'll talk about the outgoings being a problem. But for now it's about incomings. We need incomings right now more than we need outgoings, which is stupid to say because we have about 15 players we need to sell. But we do need incomings more than we need outgoings. And we've made 2 signings.
But if you look at EPL Turf, let's just quickly EPL Turf. Let's look at that what you said, that's fine. But you know what happened, EPL Turf? At the end of the day, they were able to negotiate from a place where they were able to save £5 million, bro. That's what they were able to do. Yes, you can start low, but you can get to the place.
They also, by the way, if we're going to do this, by the way, sorry, if we're going to do this, cool. Yes, they might have overpaid for Cherki. They underpaid for Reinders because Milan asked for more than what City paid for them originally. I think they wanted something like 60 million. And they're going for 45.
Bro, and they already have depth in these positions anyway, bro. Like Cherki, it's not of course they're trying to get someone to replace KDB, but it's not a necessity. We need.
But you can't. But EPL Turf, bro, is 20 to 25 million. Yeah, about money power. You are allegedly Chelsea Football Club have 300 million of PSR free money to spend. Apparently, so we cannot tell me, bro, that we cannot pay 25 to 28 million M's for Maignan, knowing our current situation with GKs. It's just, if you're willing to pay that much money, for buying the Gittens, you should be able to pay that much money.
But we're forgetting the incomings from this season, bro. Esteban was going to be like 35 million in this year's books, right? So right off the bat, we already spent 35 million, right? Other players that are coming in are Sugu, right? Which is like 20 million. So that's 55 million. And then we have who else is coming in?
Delap is what, 30 million?
Right? The Sark kid, it's like 15 million. So right off the bat, we're already spent like 70 million pounds, like on 3 players. You know what I'm saying?
Fine.
And then I'm sure there are other players that I'm forgetting here, but like we already spent 70 million, like on the books. So I get the 300 million pounds thing, but they're probably thinking like, well, we already spent 70 million, you know. And then Delap, of course, 100 million already. Like off the bat, we already spent 100 million, bro. And we haven't bought like any one of for the first team yet, because all these guys were bought like years ago, and now they're going to come in for the books for this season. So that's another issue as well. And so they're probably looking at that.
But remember, the 300 million.
They're not buying first-team players. They're still not buying first-team players, bro.
Yeah. What I'm saying is like if you accumulate everything we've purchased, it's 100 million already off the bat. You know, and we haven't even spent on like first-team players yet. You know? Yes,
exactly. Thank you, Olu. Yeah, it's not 100 million on the books. It's more times over 5 years. Exactly. So,
I understand that, but like, I'm just, you know, it's the same total.
I understand the point.
We have a lot more fun. The thing is you can keep saying amortization, but the more you buy, there's more. All the deals that you amortize during that time frame get per every year.
Mm-hmm.
So
and the thing is, it's like they're not disappearing. You're kicking the can down the road. Like you have to pay for them.
Not necessarily even kicking the can down the road, but you're stacking up. It's like when you buy. It's like if you bought. It's like when you buy something. When you buy something, you put it on
a credit card,
layaway or sizzle or whatever the fuck you guys call it in England. But if you keep buying multiple different things, and you have them all on layaway, and you just have a yearly bill of 100 million anyways, 150 million anyways. Like we're just stacking up the amortizations, bro.
Yeah,
and it's like. No matter what, we're like, even if you amortize at this point, it doesn't even matter.
We still have to play.
Klarna, that's what you guys call it.
Klarna's amortization, right? We paid him 70 million for him. He still has got like 4 years left on his deal. We paid 70 million for him. You know, so he's got a high amortized cost. We have who else has a high amortized? We have Sterling has a high amortized cost, even though he's only been 3 years now, so he's still got 20 million.
We brought him under for 42 million, didn't we? Selling him,
not 50.
We probably only owe 15 or 20 million on Sterling.
Yeah. So if you accumulate all the costs from all the other players that we still own, it's still a lot, bro. Need to add to this year's cost.
Hola, hermano. How you feeling, man?
We're finished, bro.
Whoa. Whoa. That was the response, bro.
So in summary, like I ran the numbers, you feel me? I hit the Doctor Strange, you feel me? I looked at all the time. We're finished, bro. It's over.
Says me, but this, bro.
The Taliban continues its unprecedented attack on markets, big and small, across the country.
I'm here where the devil resides, in Gary, Indiana, talking with all walks of life today, asking, can we stop the Taliban?
Yeah, the Taliban forced me out of Milwaukee.
It's been 4 straight series, man. I kept shoveling my life savings into their live money line, down 15, down 16. I didn't care.
Yo, man, stop. This is so corny, bro. Just give it up, man.
Yeah, I'm
not in the mood. That was mad corny. Way too long. Just let it go on. What is he gonna watch me? A whole documentary, a mini movie? I'm over it, bro. Listen, man. I looked at all the timelines. We're cooked. We're finished. There's no saving this, bro. We're finished.
I've got a time stone if you need it, man. But
we're done. I'm being serious, bro. Like the fact that these brothers, bro, they don't even know how to do press briefings correctly, bro. They can't even do PR correctly. Like that, deep that, bro. Deep that, bro. We got 1,000,001 reports saying, you know, Maresca has okayed the deal. He's happy. He's watched the series. He's watching me. This is the keeper that he wants. We don't get it across the line. That's cap. As a matter of fact, he's happy with everybody. All 4 keepers are gonna be given a fair shot. Couple hours later, actually, Petrovic on his way out, bro. Matter of fact, he not coming. And you know, Paez, fuck him too, bro. He ain't even coming either. You know, feel me? We the last second we pulled this plane ticket to the U.S. You feel me? He ain't got no U.S. visa. He getting hit. He comes into the country with Chelsea. He getting done up by ICE. That's where Chelsea left him, bro. Getting done up by ICE if he try to come with them, bro. Y'all realize this?
No! That's outrageous, man.
Bro, my line. If Paez tries to go to America with Caicedo, Like he originally planned. Him and Caicedo had the same flight booked. He pulls up to the US. He getting packed by ICE, bro.
No. Don't. Sorry, RSM. Yeah. The problem is yeah. I think the problem that you have is that these journalists are getting their sources from the club, bro.
They can't get their message correct. There's no
message on the club, EPO. That's like me saying, I'm reporting all this news everywhere, but then you can't say to me then, why testing the club for? Because they are the ones that report the news given to them. They have sources
they
in the club.
contradicted themselves every 30 minutes, bro. Every 30 minutes, there's a
You need to understand. By the way, I always make this argument. Yeah, if you remove like Matt Law from the equation, because he has club sources. Like, let's remove Matt Law because Matt Law is the one that I think they're talking about in the second bit. Yeah. If you hear anything from Simon Johnson, it is genuinely just a club brief. You know, if you
just treat it as if it was the Chelsea announcement that you see on the page. Like that's exactly the same.
Let me bring up another one for you, basically. Let me also bring you another one, just for you, mate.
When you posted that Simon Johnson tweet yesterday, I was like, oh shit.
But that's why I was telling people Simon Johnson is always tier 0. I want to bring up this other point.
No, stop. Simon Johnson isn't tier 0. He's ground 0. You feel me? That's what he is. He's ground 0.
No, but this is another one I want to bring up. Yeah, again, people can hate me for saying for putting this up here, but this is a good thing from Felix, Jonathan Felix. Yeah, look at this. Nizar and Ben Jacobs almost word for word get the same thing across.
Bro, they gargling the same balls. That's why, bro.
Bro, you know what's worse? They tag each other in the thing, so just to show that everybody.
I'm telling you, bro. It's a circle jerk. It's a circle jerk, bro. They quote tweeted each other.
They quote tweeted each other. Like, hey, everybody, we're getting the same information from the same people, and we're.
You know what the worst part is, by the way? Wait, Joey. You know who never took their word back on this? Fab. All of Fab's tweets are still up where he said Maresca okayed this. Like Maresca said that he's interested. Maresca said this is that. So that's the truth. Because Fab never came out after the deal was off saying actually Maresca never really wanted it.
Yeah. Because and the thing is, guys, what makes this work?
I told you, Fab stopped getting the Chelsea press briefings. He stopped.
Yep. Yeah. One of the things that I always make the point here is that look at this. At 7 p.m. they're telling you they're happy with 4 keepers. It takes them 2.5 hours. 9:30 p.m. 2.5 hours later, you're telling us Petrovic has been admitted. Now you're getting 2 minutes, and then literally 1 hour before the stream at 10 p.m., they're telling you Petrovic's future's in doubt. The club is looking to sell him. You know what I mean?
No. By the way, Ahmed. By the way, Ahmed. By the way, no, Ahmed. I know you weren't on Lewis's stream, but I was watching on the way home, right, bro? Lewis just said, I think like 30-something minutes ago, he said that from his sources inside the club, they've been told they are trying to push Petrovic out, and this is how they're doing it. And he has 5 European clubs, bro.
Listen, and that's already come out. They're already trying to force him out.
There you go.
Sending him out to Strasbourg. You told him get better with your feet and come back, and then you're gonna be.
And he did it. He did it. And then they still kicked him out.
RSM, season 3 Sanchez, bro. Season 3 Sanchez.
Bro, I'm actually going to jump, bro. I'm legitimately gonna jump, bro. No, bro. I might have to pull a league under, bro. I'm gonna start streaming the Liga, bro. I can't do this.
I can't, bro.
Bro, real talk. Like it is insane the way that these players and this manager, after what they went through this season, have been left out to dry.
I'm going to be a Bundesliga channel.
R7.
These players.
Sorry, R7. I hate to tell you this EPO turf. Sadly, they are.
Yes.
And you know what? And you know who I can give you another example?
But hold up, it's not the club. It's the sporting directors. Let's be direct. It's them. It's Tweedledum and Tweedledummer.
We need to realize EPO turf, yeah? Everyone should have realized it. They didn't realize this a lot more. No one here realized this because, our guy, no one liked Gallagher. But the way they were briefing those ones, we want him to stay with that, and then you get hit with the contract offer. We offered him this. Everyone, all reported literally in the space of 5 minutes the same.
Like, listen, EPL, you can leave the stream, but when we have within 24 hours contradicting statements, and then within 3-4 hours more contradicting statements coming directly from the club, what do you want, bro?
No, I was going to say, bro, forget that. Ahmed literally showed you a tweet of 2 contradicting reports in the space of 2 hours.
Within
literally
hours,
2 hours. within 2 hours. Not
And the problem is,
one.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
forget briefs and how do you think, brother? That within 2 hours, there's one tweet of all 4 keepers are up for contention for they want to see how all 4 keepers do or whatever it was. I'm paraphrasing. 2.5 hours later, not even 2.5, an hour and a half later, whatever it was.
By the way,
Petrovic
this
is no
just
longer,
confirms.
Petrovic is no longer in thing.
Yep. But this is Ike Icy's comment, 100%, bro. This is what I was talking about. I was talking with Morning Zombie today, after like as I was getting home, and I was saying, bro, at this point, the only journalist that I'm going to take at face value is Ornstein, because he was dead quiet throughout all of this. Like, until he was certain that the Maignan stuff was gonna go through, he wasn't gonna tweet about it.
Because he doesn't do the whole Fab thing, bro. He just fucking tweets.
He doesn't. That's what I'm saying. If I don't see an Ornstein tweet, I'm not believing it, bro.
The bag from NBC. He don't need Twitter money, son.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I'm not until
Don't
Ornstein
need
tweets,
Twitter
bro.
money. It's the bag
Ornstein,
from NBC.
bro. Ornstein is now tier. He's the only tier 0 that I trust, bro. Because he has to verify it from actual sources, not just club PR.
Bro, Fab is like a soap opera, bro. Like, you're like watching like a telenovela. It's like fucking Jesus Christ, bro.
No, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like it's insane to me. It's insane to me. After the players and the manager fought,
bro,
against bro, they bailed out the sporting directors and they fought Sanchez to get this club across the line. Like, understand this. Our team fought against the negative influence of Robert Sanchez in goal to get his UCL football, and they're rewarded with nothing, bro.
Hey, Bobbert season 3. I cannot wait, man.
RS, I want to see the fans that are like super positive, who defend everything that this club does. Defend
bro,
Sanchez.
No. But Lucas, that's what I'm telling you. And I said this to Scott too. There's nothing more beautiful than all the people that were clapping and excited. Oh, we didn't bow down. They got their ass shut up in less than 24 hours. Do you realize that? They got shut up in less than 24 hours after the briefing started hitting, bro.
It's idiots.
Real talk.
For me, the problem
because they were like, oh, congrats, bro, because we got Petrovic at home. Where is he?
The problem that we have right now, from just like a Chelsea standpoint, and I've always said this, is that we cannot continue. You cannot continue to have this level of competency at your club, because the problem is, the more this continues, the harder it is for you, to then maintain even the current position you're in.
Yes.
And what I mean by that, is just like trying to even just be consistent at top 14, because you can't be this if you
can.
Because
I'll tell you why. Let me just respond to your question now, right? We're becoming the new Arsenal, right? We'll do like the bare minimum to kind of stay in around top 4, but we won't do enough to like compete at the highest level. Like, we won't compete for trophies.
Bro, I'm telling you, and I said this, if we do anything, it'll be because of these players and luck, because these sporting directors are not going to guide them towards it, bro.
Through top 4, bro.
I'm telling you, hold up. Next season, if the sporting by the way, if Delap is an absolute hit, these sporting directors got bailed out. I'm not giving them
that. Another year, bro.
I'm not giving them that.
It's not them. They don't get fucking credit for Delap.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Joey, hold up, Joey. I'm saying this today. Joey, I'm saying this today as a receipt, so people in the future don't get to say I changed my tune. I didn't.
Bro, it wasn't these fuckheads that got Palmer.
We get it, bro. But they're gonna get credit for it, regardless.
But that's why I said this right now, though, as a receipt, so people know I'm not switching on my energy, being like, oh, but the sporting directors got us the lap. No, they didn't.
But also, like, the worst bit about this is, like, we're seeing it this season in terms of we had a successful season last season. We got Champions League, and all it's done is validated these dickheads. It's validated these guys to be like, we can pull the same bullshit and it's fine because we're going to get Champions League. Yeah. So, like, for any change to actually happen, we have to be shit, which I don't want to watch us this with shit.
It's even more frustrating. It's even more frustrating because you can see, because of the season that we had, bro, this team just needs a couple pieces, bro.
Our team didn't need no hair. You see what I'm saying? This is more serious.
Bro, what? I'm sorry. There should be zero reason they get credit for William Delap. There's zero. They didn't have to negotiate. They didn't scout the guy. They didn't convince the guy. There's no reason these guys should be getting credit for Liam Delap. Zero. They didn't have to do anything.
Hey, we got another sporting director, defense league cocksucker in the chat.
But the thing is, respectfully, bro, Joe been a D writer, bro. Respectfully, bro, he been a D writer all season.
No, not respectfully, he's a dick right, bro. He's
doing tricks on it. He's spinning on it, bro.
Let's attack this here quite easy. Do you know? We are continuously fumbling key deals that are gonna help our team get to the next step. Do you know? There is no other way for us to look at it now, bro. You know what I mean? That we can't keep seeing we don't know what's happening in the background when you are continuously fumbling. That's it, bro. That's all it is. You know what I mean? At some point, you have to give. At some point, bro, you have to just accept, bro. It's not working.
That we're finished. Correct.
They've needed a left winger and a striker, and they still need a left winger and a striker. It's the same thing with us, bro. You need a left winger, a striker, and a goalkeeper, right?
But Juno, I feel like we say this. Juno, I know you would agree. Yeah, we say this almost every summer, though, Juno.
We said this every
summer. We say this every summer, bro.
I had this energy. Bro, I had this energy at the beginning of the season. I had this energy at the end of the season. And I didn't give no credit to these fucking sporting directors. I give no credit. There was no credit to be given.
No. These dickheads need to be called out, bro. Like, bro, take your mouth off the dick. Stop practicing the grapefruit technique. Like, come up for some air for a second, bro. Like, get off the dick for a second, bro. Like, for a second, and go touch grass. Go and get some oxygen in your lungs and get some oxygen in your brain.
Yeah, listen, get the nut out your airways. How about that? Get the nut out your airways.
I'm seeing a lot.
Get the nut out your airways, man.
I'm seeing a lot of people. I've seen a lot of you guys. Yeah, make the argument. We don't know what's
going
on.
You're turning us into Arsenal, guys.
Yeah, I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from you guys. One second. I want to hear from you guys. Why? What is going? Why you think the club is in the right with what they've done? With either Maignan or Gittens. I just want to hear it from you. Can you logically for me, without talking about age, value, or price, explain to me what makes buying or Gittens worth the money that Borussia Dortmund was asking for, but the Maignan is not worth that price. That's what I want to know.
Sorry, Ahmed, I can answer this question because Ziad basically answered it on Lewis's stream. It's tingles and feelings inside. It's all of the nice.
Scott, 100% it is, bro. Trust me. Scott, I know what month we're in, bro. I know what month we're in. That's why people like Juno out here talking heavy. I know what month we're in. Insane D-sucking.
Danish, yeah. You come onto my channel and already say hi to 4 people.
Oh, big up Danish, man. Always love you, man. Always glad to see Danish in the channel, man.
Yeah, bro. Like that's what it is. It's people getting feelings and tingles inside to make them feel really nice, and so they can start to believe in make-believe things and fantasy. Like these are the same guys that
believe, bro. It's a you don't get a Scott. It's the Disney story, bro. It's the Disney story, man.
Bro, these are the same people.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's Mighty Ducks, bro. We're going to Mighty Ducks our way to the Champions League and the Premier League title, bro.
The thing is, Juno, I didn't want Sancho. I'm pretty sure you got my channel before. You know I'm not. But I'm not.
No. He's talking to me because I said Sancho is not as shit as Jono was saying he is, and that's it. And now I'm screaming. How about Jono? How about a crazy theory? You hop off my cock. How about that? Yeah. How about you go suck a dick?
Oh my goodness.
How about that?
Oh my God. Okay, listen.
How about that, bro?
Let's keep it.
Because he wants to be mad quiet all season.
You can't say let's keep it PG and play the clips that you play. Shut the hell up. Let
I'm saying, bro.
Let him cook.
Because when Because when Jono wrong, he mad quiet. When he got called out on Lewis's stream, he went ghost. You feel me? But now he want to show up again. Hindsight FC. And talking about, oh, that's cool. So you know what, Jono? Right now, right? We don't have Sancho. So then where are we going to the Club World Cup with? Tyreek, George, and who? Who? We have Neto just played 120 minutes. Maignan coming back from international duty. We're playing in Cuckoo. We're playing in Cuckoo and Tyreek George on the wings.
We literally just having Cuckoo and Tyreek George. That's it.
Neto played 120 minutes. Maignan just came back, bro.
Joey, what you're not ready for. What you're not ready for is Jackson left wing shifts. That's what we're not ready for.
Oh my God, I don't want to.
I'm telling you, bro. No, the thing is, I'm telling you. First game, we're going to see Delap and Cuckoo and Tyreek George as our front three, bro.
Jackson just played a game today.
That's what I'm telling you. It's gonna be in Cuckoo, Delap, and Tyreek George as our front three. But good job, boys. Good process. Good process.
We
there, bro.
might have you. We might
Bro,
have you.
there's no way. There is no way.
No, you don't understand, Scott. This morning I just saw Jimmy clapping the directors, bro.
No, RSM.
The lack of foresight. The lack of foresight from some of these people. Bro.
RSM. I'm literally having like visions, bro. I am not. There is no way on God's green earth I'm watching fucking Nkunku fail to beat an MLS right back. You know, like I'm not watching it. I refuse. Bro, I can't.
Bro, I don't even know where Tunisia is on a map. Scott, I don't know where Tunisia is on a map.
They're not as easy as people think they are.
We're finished.
I mean, it's quite easy to know what Tunisia is personally. That's not
no, do you know what? Actually, fuck it. I'm on a Joey train. Group us, because I need these pieces of shit that defend this.
But you know what's so sad, Scott? Hold up, Scott. Our group is so poor. It's so poor. Unfortunately, unless we literally put nobody on the pitch, we're gonna win. It's just unfortunate. But the group is so poor. The group is so poor.
Then RSM had Bayern beat our ass in the first round.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree because that's what's gonna happen. But that's what's gonna happen. But it's as much as I would like to be group, this group is too easy. We didn't even get put in a difficult group. I'm gonna think he on his soundboard bag. You don't got it, bro. Just give it up, man.
Bro, like I need Jeremy hat-trick on our head top. I need an Mbobasi hat-trick on our head top. I need a Sanchez mistake, minute 1. Literally, minute 1.
Yes, minute one. You know, Scott, just like last day of the window, both of our strikers go down.
The problem is MK. Again, the irony of that comment is that we know the story has been told too many times, bro. We know how the story ends. That's the sad problem. You know what I mean?
Finished, bro.
This is not a
we know how the story
last
ends.
year.
We saw the story already.
Story last year, bro.
This is like you know, this is like me saying, "Oh, I
don't know." Lucas said, "Hold up, no, we got Ugarte, didn't happen. You feel me? Osimhen, no. Olise, no. Enzo, hold up, Enzo, we needed the owners. Caicedo, we needed the owners.
Mudryk, we needed the owners.
Joey, that's facts, by the way, bro. We're watching reruns. We're watching. Excuse me, easy for me to say. Reruns of the same show that we've seen like 4 seasons in a row, and we don't know the ending.
Neto
Brother,
too.
you know
Neto
the
was in
ending.
Bali. Yep.
Bro, you know the ending, my guy. We've seen this. This is a rerun. This ain't a new thing. This is a rerun.
This is not even a rerun, bro. You know what it's got? This is we're watching this the remastered version now.
We're living in a simulation.
This is the remastered. Remastered. You know what I mean?
Bro, we're watching the live action.
Are we sure
we're watching the live action version, bro? This is crazy.
Are we all alive right now? I think we're living in a simulation, man. Like honestly.
No, you know what's worse, Lucas? Lucas, you know what's worse? I got to watch Ecuador later, bro. I have to start my stream in like 30 minutes.
Oh, they play tonight.
Bro, I have to watch Argentina, Colombia. Hold up, I have to watch Argentina, Colombia. I have to watch Brazil, Paraguay, and then I get to end my night with Peru, Ecuador. I'm so excited, bro.
That's gonna be good.
God, bro.
Argentina, Colombia, bro. Colombia has been absolute bin juice garbage. They
hang on.
They won one game since Copa America, bro.
RSM, does that mean if Ecuador are playing tonight and Argentina are playing tonight?
Yep.
Are we? Hang on. Are we going into that LAFC game with the midfield of Lavia and Asugo?
Yes. People understand this. I told you we have. Hold up. We have no Jackson. We have no Nani. Hold up. Both of our center backs played today. Both.
And they were bin juice apparently.
They were, bro. They got. I told you. I sent the screenshot of the 4.
Also, guys, we don't have a left back backup. Like, I'm so scared of what will happen.
No, apparently, I think Vega might be going.
Bro, if they take Vega, but they're not taking Pies or Petrovic, bro. They're criminals. They're criminals.
Thank you. That was what I was just about to say, RSM. They're taking Vega. The reason why they're not taking Petrovic is from what they said in the brief was because they're not taking players that were loaned out. Vega was fucking loaned out.
So was Penders.
So
was Penders.
So was Penders. Oh my god, bro.
So we have no Felix either? Shit, man.
No. So the four that are guaranteed not going is Disasi, Sterling, Felix, Petrovic. Imagine Petrovic being part of that, by the way. Bro, that's disgraceful. That's actually disgraceful that he's part of that.
I do think that we will see the end of Felix like relatively soon. Like within the week, I think, to be honest. Because I think that they benefit
He's gone.
But yo,
he's just gone.
It's so over, man. But listen, this is I actually like big up to Rob Pally or our teammate now as RPG journalism. He actually made like a really good thread, which I thought we'd read because I actually think he puts into words like I think the way things have gone. This first window was always going to be a bizarre one, and no doubt some clubs have tried to charge a Club World Cup tax. However, the end line is Chelsea once again have looked amateurish on a number of levels through the publicity and veracity of media briefs.
We,
and
our
updates.
sporting directors, are clowns, man.
Keep reading. I didn't read all this. Keep reading.
It increasingly feels
No
like
confidence.
we are.
Let's go,
It
boys.
increasingly
Let's go.
feels like we are ever closer to the Chelsea S-class issuing a formal statement of no confidence in the sporting directors. There have been an obscene amount of OTT praise, over the top praise, and patting for very little achievement to date, and frankly, embarrassing contradictions. Chelsea have added Liam Delap, Dario Usugu, Mamadou Son, and De Santos to a talented young squad, but the emphasis is on young, and it has been crying out for some quality and experience, particularly in key moments. I will judge at the end of the window, but it is an enormous red flag that the opportunity was presented to make a quality signing and again was squandered following by an embarrassment Gasly-esque that he was always a market opportunity rather than definitive target. I don't mind if CFC want to go for a youthful look in the attack and even in the midfield. However, the two areas you need a proper nous experience and quality are in goal and in central defense. Currently, we have not added pop-up experience in either position and thusly are not notably stronger. Again, this was a short window and there's been plenty of time to rectify this and sign the quality, but it will be another massive failure for the directors to not achieve this by September, particularly as Enzo Maresca himself has commented on the lack of experience. I was happy to acknowledge Maresca's first year as a success and eat humble pie. He now needs a proper backing of the targets he wants, not players foisted on him. And currently that has not happened, which means the sport directors have failed until they do so. It is worrying that behind the scenes, politicking seems to be dictating who does and doesn't get certain opportunities. Whoa. What does that mean? Although this might be a conspiracy theory, it holds weight till proven otherwise, and tonight's nonsense has only furthered it. Well.
Clowns, bro. Clowns, man. A lot of them, bro. Clowns.
I always love his insight. He's really good at what he does. He doesn't even like reporting on the men's team. But he gets information on the men's team. He doesn't like reporting on it. That's how much I respect him. Is he could get bigger if he wanted to, but he just keeps reporting on the women's team.
TC, what makes you believe we're gonna get Trafford, bro? They're telling you that they want to.
No, Trafford.
Trafford's going to Newcastle, guys. You guys gotta get that. He's already going to Newcastle. They have that lined up.
Right now, Garnacho, Trafford, Sesko, bro.
And Garnacho. By the way, we're gonna get Gittens. My problem with Gittens is we didn't get him before the CWC deadline because we have no goddamn wingers. And Gittens looked pretty goddamn upset about it too. By the way, like that we can't get that couldn't get that deal over the line. But in the end, I know we're gonna end up with Gittens. We'll probably overpay, but we're gonna end up with Gittens. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you saw the way that they briefed it afterwards, that after that deal collapsed, it was like we're still negotiating this until we get them.
Yeah.
Because they gave him the number, they just didn't get the structure correct. They wanted more upfront.
I'm saying out if we get Garnacho.
I don't think we get Garnacho.
I don't think we're going to be getting Garnacho.
Yeah, the Garnacho one I think is dead.
Here's how I think the rest of the window goes. We get Gittens. We probably get Hato or something like that. One of these young center backs or whatever. And we get our pants pulled down for Kudus. That's what ends up happening. I already see it. They give them Petrovic for this cut rate deal, and we have to pay out the ass for Kudus. That's how I see it happening.
Yeah, bro, we're finished, man.
Again, bro, we're in the UCL, man. This is the type of signings we're looking at. I think that's why fans are pissed, man. We thought we would go for high caliber players, man.
And they had opportunities. It's not like they haven't had opportunities, bro.
At least try to go for guys, like
the
try
fact that people were like, bro, we're not gonna bend over for Milan, and then we tried to bend over for Dortmund, bro.
We literally bent over. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
No,
but we bend over. We bend over for every single club. Like for every club, we bend over.
No. You know what's funny, Scott? Yeah. You know what's funny, Scott? This morning, yeah. I remember I was in Zia's chat, and I remember big up to Jimmy and everyone. Yeah, but even though I disagree with his opinion, he was telling me the club negotiating. They're taking a stand.
We're from 29 million to 42 million. That's how we negotiate.
We just did that. You
know, take the money. That's negotiating.
I was gonna say, I genuinely think we're gonna pay the 84 million for Ekatike, and I think we pay the 60 million for Gittens.
By the way, and I like to see this way with the
I don't think
listen, with the Ekatike stuff, I agree. With the Ekatike stuff, I agree with them not wanting to pay 100. That's fine, right? But the reason why the Maignan stuff is so ridiculous is I'll explain it to you with this analogy, right? Let's say you just shit your pants, right? And you have no toilet paper. You feel me? So somebody's selling toilet paper for $1, and you're like, you know what? I'll give you 80 cents. And they're like, no, you're gonna give me $1 for the toilet paper. And then you're like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. And then you go back and you're like, you see, I didn't bend over. Bro, you just shit your pants, bro. Like, you still have an immediate issue that needs to be fixed, and you think that you're the winner because you didn't pay the $1. Just pay the money, and you have a glaring issue.
The problem with these SDs, they think
I know everybody knows. It's not even with the SDs, bro. Like, the fans are acting like it was a massive win that we didn't pay an extra £4 million to fix an issue that we needed, bro.
Again, I think the SDs.
Explain that. Wait, just quickly. Cigar City Blue. You say we conducted in us. I would at least tell me why. Explain how. That's all we say. Please.
How are we contradicting?
Yeah, because I was gonna say the thing with the Ekatike thing is jokes, because it's another example of us going look at the comparison of us and Manchester City. In fact, it's worse. Manchester City went in there in the middle of a season when they were battling for Joey, you know this. I don't know where they were at the time, maybe top 4. They were battling for Champions League. They went in and took their best striker and managed to get him for 20 million, I think, cheaper than they originally wanted. Yeah. 20 million. We've gone in, tried to get their second best attacker, and been told 84 million or nothing. What do you mean? How can you not negotiate anything? Like, you can't even get that down to 70 or 75. Bro, take 9 million off the fucking deal. I still think that's too expensive. It's 9 million. You can't tell me you're telling me you can't get 9 million off the deal to make it 75.
The problem is this, Scott, is what they value these players for and what other people value these players for. They're never going to be close enough for them to get a deal done.
No, but Joey.
No, but listen. Think about the numbers, though, Scott, for just a second, right? Maignan, they valued him at 25. We valued him at fucking 8 at first. Ekatike, they value him at 100. We value him at 70. They're not your. These guys aren't good enough negotiators to narrow the gap.
No, but I think you could. I think even with that, I agree. I still think even with the low valuation, like for example,
what's the guy's name? The really scary dude, Khaldoon. Yeah,
my
bad. That guy. They got that guy. They got that type of shit.
The thing that for me is like, even if they start low and they lowballed it too hard. The Maignan thing. Say you got to the 12 million and was it 12 or 15 we offered, and they said, like, no, we want this. You're telling me there's no way you could bridge the gap in like add-ons. And even if you have to go, let's say, for example, the add-ons that you are willing to pay would make it, if all add-ons hit, it goes to 30 million, which is a slight overpayment. If he hits all the add-ons, like, say, for example, one of the add-ons is we win the Champions League. Brother, I don't give a shit if we pay extra 5 million or whatever it is if we win the Champions League.
Bro, offer them
like, you're telling me that you can't negotiate add-ons.
Not only that, and by the way, people need to say, right, even if for whatever reason we do revisit later in the window and get Maignan or Gittens, whatever, you guys need to realize we've already been made by these sporting directors to look like fools and idiots. That's not going away.
Yep.
We're clowns, bro. Like, I don't know why people are okay with looking like clowns.
We probably aren't going to get Maignan, bro. We're probably not getting Maignan.
You know, Maignan's over, bro. Magnan's over. You know what's gonna happen,
now, bro?
You know what? The Trafford deal. The Trafford deal won't happen either. I just want people to understand that too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but if it does happen, don't be too surprised. But like one thing I will say, yeah, is that I think the problem that you always have, in my personal opinion, yeah, is that you have to be, when you want to be like, you know, this team that's, we listen, it's our way, you know, in terms of pricing and stuff like that and how we negotiate or we move on. You have to be able to then have other guys that you can move on to that you believe you can get at a price and can do the job that you're hoping for, or B, right, you should be doing this sort of stuff earlier, and not now when you're in a key moment of your transfer, or a key moment in terms of squad development. That's my problem.
Listen, listen, I have to say this too as well, because I think this just kind of proved it for me as well. With all due disrespect, right? We got these sporting directors from small clubs, so they still have that small club mentality where we can't take a loss on a player. We need to make sure that if this is a bust, we can still recover some money. We're a big club, bro. Sometimes you have to take risks. Because we're a big club and we have money, we're able to take risks that other clubs can't.
No,
we need some signings in, and they don't take risks. Why? Because that's a small club mentality. They want to make sure it's low risk, you know, and that's it. That's all they care about. Is the money. Why? Because when you're at a small club, you know, when you're balancing the books at a small club, bro, that's life or death for that club. But they have that small club mentality, and they bought it to Chelsea, and here we are, bro.
Arsim, like another problem I have with these SDs are like they're not ruthless enough for me, bro. Cut off the players
because they're from small clubs, bro. It's a small club mentality.
Tell ACML, fuck you guys. For the next 10 years, you guys won't get a single player from us. Not a single player.
You gotta see, that's the ruthlessness of it. It's not there, bro.
This is a
like,
business.
We shouldn't be dealing with like Villa are gonna need money later. We shouldn't do a single deal with Villa. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Yep.
Fuck them. Yeah. Seriously, fuck them. I don't care about Morgan Rogers. Fuck them. That's how I feel. They didn't want to do business when it came to Duran. Fuck them then.
They go low, you go lower, bro. That's my motto, man.
Fuck them, bro.
Fuck them, bro.
Yeah,
the thing that people need to realize is we don't need Milan. They need us.
Bro, Aaron, you're not grasping it, bro. You're not grasping it, bro. You're not grasping what we're talking about when we're talking about risk. Okay, it's more of a risk to buy a player that has that's older and has a higher wage bill that's never been in this league
and has no resale value.
And has no resale value because they end up like Sterling or Chilwell by doing that. Okay,
and move on.
They don't want that to happen. They're already dealing with trying to figure out how they can recoup their money on Nkunku. They don't want that to happen. You see what I'm saying? It's like they've been burnt 3 times already. They gave a contract to Ben Chilwell. They bought Raheem Sterling and then Christopher Nkunku. They've been burned 3 times now. And for fuck's sake, Sanchez ain't any better. Like,
bro, I'm cut. Bro, by the way, Ahmed.
Get rid of him. He's not
Do
gonna
you remember
by the way,
what,
Ahmed and Scott were cooking Marshall for that play Sanchez. Increases.
Bro,
he's getting
stir
fried, bro.
Did you not see the group chat? I already did.
No, I did, but that's not enough, bro. That's not enough. Bro. Listen, Marshall's my boy, but nah, bro, he needs to hold that.
Straight away, I went in there. I was like, "Well, you see about this argument you had? You want to play devil's advocate? How's that working for you?" And my man just told me to suck his scrotum, bro. Like that was nuts.
Bro, we're actually so dumb, man. I hope this Argentina-Colombia game is actually
what's going on,
bro? That's what he said.
Joey, do you remember what Daniel Levy did to us back in the day with Modric? Do you remember what he did to us? He sold Modric. We offered him 50 million pounds, bro. Roman Abramovich was on a yacht, ready to close the deal, and he's like, "Nah." Sold him to Madrid for 29 million pounds, bro.
Yep.
They don't give a fuck. That's what you do, bro. They would rather sell cheap, lose money, and they're like, "Fuck Chelsea, we're not gonna sell to them." And Modric became the best midfielder of this generation. They fucked us on that deal. That's Tottenham, bro. Like Daniel Levy, you can say whatever you want, but that's a businessman. Like he knows how to like negotiate.
Nah, but we don't have businessmen as our sporting director.
No, that's the thing. Unless it's like Bali or Boli, our sporting directors are trash, bro.
No, let me finish. Michael Edwards is a businessman. Luis Campos is a businessman. They're businessmen. Okay? They've just been in football for a long time. But they're businessmen. These two guys are glorified scouts.
Yep.
That's what they are.
Bro, Modric.
Glorified scouts. That's all they are, bro. With a terrible hit rate at that right now.
Yeah.
That's what they are. That's all we're getting is glorified scouts because they can't close a deal. Over and over again, we wonder, why can't we get these deals over the line? It's the same two fucking guys negotiating deals.
Marina sold Hazard for £90 million on his last year of his contract, bro. And then he got another $60 million on add-ons over the next like 5 years with all.
I hate doing this, but do you think Roman would have thought twice about 25 million?
No, of course he wouldn't.
25 million at fucking Maignan?
No, of course he wouldn't.
He wouldn't have cared, bro.
He wouldn't have blinked twice, bro. He wouldn't have blinked twice.
You look at the wages he probably even be giving Maignan. You're only giving him 130K a week.
You wouldn't blink twice, bro.
No.
For this football club and what we need.
No one would, bro. Like this is the thing. Like I think we're lucky in a sense, and I find it mad that no one else wanted is in for Maignan considering how cheap he is. Yeah. But it's like, bro, let's say for example, right? Like someone mentioned, let's say PSG needs a new keeper, right?
Exactly, Somali players, but they don't understand that either.
Like, let's say for example, PSG need a new keeper. Donnarumma leaves. Do you think that they'll have literally any? Like
he's French too, like
they're gonna buy Chevalier, bro. They're gonna buy Chevalier.
They literally slap the 25 million down quicker than you can say, like, bro, quicker than you can blink.
I mean, I get where you're coming from, but they're gonna get Chevalier.
It could even be Man City, bro. Ederson's like he's finished, right? They could go out and be like, you know what, we'll get Maignan to fucking replace him.
I'll tell you, regardless, if these sporting directors think that later in the window they're gonna get a. But I'll tell you, if these sporting directors think later in the window they're gonna get a free run at Mike, bro. Good luck, man.
Bro, and the thing is, they think
they're gonna get him by January. That's what they think.
Well, they're high, bro.
Yeah, but again, it's not gonna be just us, bro. That's the issue that people don't understand. Like, it's not just gonna
be Pino, I saw somebody lose the streams. Like, no, I think it was Zeta or something. Oh, he only wants Chelsea. What are we talking about, man?
Bro, no one cares about that shit, bro. They only wants Chelsea. It's such a
he wants UCL and he wants money. That's it, bro.
If he wanted Chelsea, bro, he would have pushed him. He would have pushed enough to get that move done already.
No, yeah, it's all bullshit, bro.
He only wants UCL and money, man.
You ever see Madrid move the way that they move? If a player wants to go to a club, they'll move hard enough to go to the club.
They will.
That's simple. It's really that simple. The only upside to this is if Milan in the end is like, you know what? This guy's not happy. He's still not happy.
Joe, if they don't sell him in the summer, he goes on a free in January. Like he can negotiate pre-contract agreements. So they only have a couple months to negotiate, or else he goes on a free. Simple as that. Because January again,
not re-signing. I'm telling you that right now. The way the club's moving at this current moment, he's not re-signing.
Yeah. I want you guys to know this quickly. Amogu just been confirmed, not going to a club.
Oh yeah, he was the other one. I forgot.
Oh, isn't this motherfucker the guy that we signed for Strasbourg, bro? Like I don't understand.
Yeah, he's like 17 million.
Oh damn it, man! Like
in the winter window when we needed a striker, by the way.
Hold on. Wait.
God damn it, man!
But you're telling me we valued him at the same value that we value Maignan at?
Yep, pretty much.
Great, fantastic.
Man.
I'll lie to you, man. You know, it's so crazy, bro. Because it's like, you can't even, bro. Even if you can't get Maignan, yeah, you could have put pressure on the club, on AC, and be like, you know what, man, we'll go for someone else. How about that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
and then,
no, but Ahmed, was it Joey? Was it you? No, it wasn't you. There was someone. I think it might have been Daniel or someone on Lewis's stream said this. It's like one of your biggest pieces of leverage was you had Petrovic, so you could say to him, "Oh, like." You don't want to sell us Maignan? That's cool. We got Petrovic. You're now selling Petrovic, so you're getting rid of that leverage.
No leverage at all. Yep.
So what? Yeah, you have no, outside of the fact he's leaving on a free in a year's time. You have no leverage, none. You literally pissed your leverage away for no reason.
It's because they don't have a plan, bro. They don't have a plan. That's what I'm saying. We look like clowns.
We just keep getting lucky, bro. It's like it's like these SDs are like a version of Arteta. Where he just kind of like players just kind of like find like themselves.
Yeah, I mean last season, bro. Last season they got bailed out by Palmer.
I just can't believe anybody is like trying to give us any type of copium to try to be happy about this.
Bro,
like,
it's a cult. I keep telling people this is a fucking cult.
Fucking understand that.
I don't understand. People are trying to again. No, the crazy thing is,
don't understand. You're
Joe.
trying to
Even
give me
before,
copium
even this morning, before all the news dropped, right, about Pet, et cetera, people were trying to make it positive that we bottled the Maignan signing. People were saying it was a good thing that we didn't bend to Milan. Only for hours later, us to bend over for Dortmund. And then give away Petrovic.
Minutes later, bro. Literally
minutes, bro. That's what I'm telling you. Like at this point, bro. Like
I need to see that. Please, bro. Actually, do I need to see that? That's probably pissed me off. But bro, I need to see it. Bro, apparently, I need to see people's defense. Like I've seen Jimmy's. I saw at least on the stream earlier.
Did you see?
Like,
no. But did you see Jimmy's on Ziad? This was before the. This is before we bent over for Dortmund. So he was saying like, no, we didn't bend over to Milan. You see, like, what you know, this is smart. Like, why should we, you know, do it on their terms? And then we did it on when we try to do it on Dortmund's terms. So there you go.
I feel like a lot of these accounts are paid by the club. Right? There's no fucking way these people actually think like this, man.
No. Do you know what it? No. Do you know what it is? Like for some of these people, and like I'm talking about specific people here, like which people probably also realize. For some of these people, it's like the Johnny thing, right? Where like. They're so far into a gimmick because they like criticize the previous owners in Roman in terms of some of the stuff he did, and they praise so much of these new owners and these new sporting directors and some stuff they did when they first came in. They have to commit to the gimmick, otherwise they've got nothing. There's no credibility. There's no stuff. They have to commit to the gimmick now. So like they have to praise everything these guys do. Because if they don't,
like that, bro. I can't respect people like that because
I can't either, bro. But like because it's just a gimmick, bro. Because without the gimmick, you've got nothing. Like without the gimmick,
I think that people at first are just much more contrarian than people realize. Like there's a contrarian nature to a lot of people that people don't want to admit in the end. Like that's a lot of what that is. Like I don't think it's necessarily like a gimmick, but it's just this whole thing is just tiring, bro.
Joey, it's like these people are like Egal. Like, this is what they are. Isn't that what Egal does? Where he's just like, he's hyping up Kepa now, and like, bro, like, what the fuck?
But listen, Egal's my guy. So, but he believes it. But hold on. But the point I'm trying to make is that Egal actually believes what he says. That's
Egal believes that. But the thing is, hold up, with Rico. By the way, Jimmy was expecting Petrovic to play, but again, regardless of whether it's my whole point, even before the news dropped about Petrovic or whatever, it still was not a positive that we didn't sign Mike Maignan. That's my whole point. The positive spin on that is crazy.
Again, it's a cult, bro. It's a cult.
And again, like this is my whole point. Like I understood to a certain extent where people were coming from when they wanted to hear zero criticism of Roman. I understood it because of what he did for the club. I could understand, even though I think that people were justified in having criticisms. People who didn't want to hear any criticism, fair enough. But these SDs, why? These owners, why, bro?
And RSM, just going back slightly on your point, the other thing I had that annoys me as well is the hypocrisy of like. I'm cool if you say, like, with the Maignan thing, if you say, oh, we shouldn't bow down to them, cool. If you have the same energy for the Ekatike deal and the Gittens deal, cool. At least you're consistent across the board. You're like, we shouldn't be taken advantage of. But it's when you go, we shouldn't be taken advantage of by Milan. We shouldn't bow down to them. But when Dortmund are telling us we need to pay 60, it's, yeah, but if they want him, then they want him. What? That don't track, bro. What do you mean if they want him, they want him?
And by the way, and you could tell, and the thing is, and by the way, people need to learn again a bit of media literacy and learning to read in between the lines. The fact that as soon as the Mike Maignan deal was bottled, the press briefings came out saying, actually, we never wanted him. We're happy with all our keepers. They're scrambling. They're absolutely scrambling because they know they messed up. That's what it is. And people need to realize, wake up and realize this, bro. This isn't a conspiracy theory. I'm not. You know, this isn't a tinfoil hat. It's just reading between the lines. It's that simple, bro. Anyways, bro, I need to go start my stream for.
I'm gonna redirect.
Yeah, I'm about to restart my stream. Argentina, Colombia. If anybody wants to watch. I'll be streaming it on my Discord, but also obviously on my YouTube.
I'll probably jump on because I gotta watch the Brazil game at 8:30 or something.
Bet. All right, man. I mean, I'm also gonna watch. I'm gonna watch both games, but yeah.
Just for me. Yeah, just for me, guys. Very disappointing. We'll be here probably tomorrow. I'm probably gonna look at the 35-man squad. And even if there's any other news that comes out after this, but there's not much really to say at this point, man. You just gotta hope the window goes better after when it reopens next week. But
We're finished on it. We're finished. So it's over.
Wallahi, man.
We had a good run. We had a good run.
I'm losing. It's just hard for me to. It's hard for me, man. I always say it's hard for me to get happy every single time for this team, because every time you think something's going well, the hook's coming. I always say, man, the left hook's coming out of nowhere, bro. The jab, it's not even the jab, it's always the left hook, man. It's the little jab, bang. Always, bro. There's always that one thing that's just, you know it's coming. You know it's coming. You know what I mean? No matter what. So, it is what it is, man. But listen, big up to my boy Web Sports. Make sure to get to 1K. Like his thing's already in the comments. So all he needs to do is, you know what I mean? Oh, sorry. Can you chill out, please? Come on. Sorry, but but obviously Jerry's channel is in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to him, please. He's almost at 1K. Obviously, RSM's comments in the channel, in the channel title, so the book in the channel title. Make sure to subscribe to them both. We are going to be headed over to RSM TV. Make sure to show him some love. But man, I listen. The Club World Cup is on Monday, isn't that the first game on Monday?
Yeah, it's Monday, a week. Yeah, next Monday. Sorry, it's against LAFC. It's 7 p.m. UK time. I don't know what time it is.
Yeah, we're just gonna be. I'm probably gonna do a watch on just to see what it's about, what's like. But
bro, you guys know? Is it?
Say again.
Is it at night? The games, or I didn't.
Well, it's at 7 p.m. UK time. I think it was. I think it's 2 p.m.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Like. Both the first two games are like midday-ish, like early afternoon. Our last game is
all these
like
games televised, like normally, or is it?
Yeah,
I don't know. I assume in America, yeah, like in England, it is. It's free.
In the UK, it's free on Channel 5 or The Zone. You can just watch on The Zone.
Bro, like I said earlier, Jeremy Abobasi, brother. I assume you're going to start. I need
RSM channel.
I'll take a Buwanga hat trick. I'll take something. Just please.
Take a what now, mate?
I'll take Buwanga. Their left winger. I'll take a hat trick. I'll take anything. LAFC, I need you to do something for me.
Yeah, man. But listen, man, I'm not even moved by that, man. The game's the game, man. Alive, bro. It's just what, man.
Thanks for noticing.
Yeah, man. F1 Nation this weekend, man. Looking forward to that move. But listen, let's just tomorrow's the NBA finals. Let's just tune into that as well. Yeah, man. Listen, I've got other priorities now.
Is it tomorrow or tonight?
I think it's tomorrow night, isn't it?
What's tomorrow night?
Sunday, Wednesday, then Saturday night. No.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
So listen, man. Some good hoops to watch, some good stuff to do. It is what it is. The game's the game. I always say it, man. The game's the game, man. This is why. Listen, this video, I love it because it explains the way I look at Chelsea these days.
This is the game. This is the game. You have to be careful when you love the teams, but you always love the game because the game it never ceases to amaze you. You think it's going one way and then it fucking switches. It's crazy.
That's it, man. That's what I'm saying. Listen, it's hard. When you love the teams, the game becomes difficult to love.
Yo, Ahmed, play my favorite clip before you go.
Of course, story. I've got you in that one too. But listen, Spectrum matches to the SDs.
Suck your